Hello, everyone. We have Mary Bailey with us today. How are you, Mary?
I'm very well. How are you today?
I'm good. I wanted to thank you for being on the art of manifesting money.
Well, thank you. I'm so pleased to be here, and I just am grateful and honored that you invited me to be such a part of a special event because this is really powerful information. So thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome, and I am so glad that you said yes to my invite. And I want to know more about you, and I want you to just tell our audience what your passion and purpose is in life and what tools we can use to get there.
Absolutely. Well, passion and purpose in life is what I'm all about. So I do life purpose coaching, and I think I have been interested in coaching and being some sort of healer since I was 9 years old. And it's not even an exaggeration. I remember being out on my mom and dad's patio when I was about 9. We were looking out at the stars, and my dad asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I said, I want to be a psychiatrist that cuts people's hair.
Oh!
And they always joked about it for years, but I think as I have grown and I've matured and I've been in this industry for about 14 plus years now, I think what I was trying to express was I really wanted people to feel the beauty on from their insides, the beauty that they had on the insides, and express that in their external, their outer beauty. And I think that's really what I was trying to articulate. But at 9, you don't have words like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we are all here to express our unique beauty. We're all here to express our life purpose. And that's actually what I do. I'm a life purpose coach. I'm a certified law of attraction coach and also a licensed astronumerologist. So I have my master's degree in social work as well. So through a different set of techniques than a lot of people use, I really drill down with my clients, and I am passionate in helping them find really where they want to go in life, find what really makes them happy. I get passionate when you're passionate.
Oh, that's a good one. And,
Yeah.
you have it from every angle, from the spiritual side to you get into the social work side where you have to be a little bit more to the book and the guidelines.
Absolutely. And usually with the social work, it's more what I bring in is the theories from the different, like Carl Jung or Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I find where people are in different areas of their life. Plus, themes will continue to run through your life. When it's really, truly something you're passionate about, you maybe have forgotten about it. I'm thinking of an instance for somebody who goes to college and they know deep in their heart they want to be an artist, for example, and they get talked into going into I don't know, like business or marketing or law or anything, and but their heart really wants to be an artist. And what I find is usually the clients will come to me and say, I just don't know what I want to do. Somehow I got off the beaten path. And as we go through all these different steps, it comes out that they're really here to express themselves through their art. And it can be a hobby. It can be a business. It's really choosing what's right for that person. And if they really want to create and manifest money around it, there's some ways we can set that up. And it's really fun to watch people remember what they're here to do.
Yeah, that is so neat because I hear it a lot too, and even you hear it from family members and relatives or people that are in their older years. They start off doing what they thought they wanted to do, but really it was someone else's dream, and then they go and start a whole new endeavor.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what I try and get through with people is because the most basic question I get is, how do I know what my life purpose is supposed to be? And I like to give people information so they can get what they want right then. I like results. So all the listeners out here, if you're really struggling with this, one of the things I say is connect with what you desire deep in your heart. And it's that unspoken secret that you maybe don't share with anybody. Maybe you're loud and proud about it. But I find most people are scared to admit what they really want to do because there's this fear that they'll be judged or they won't be able to make money at it, or they, if they do succeed, are they going to have to abandon the life that they live now?
Right.
And you don't have to. It's not written like that at all. That life purpose is something that I really believe is ever changing through your life. Now, I think you'll have themes that you'll want to stay connected with and you'll want to develop through it. But I know, for example, for me personally, my life purpose when I was 30 was to be the best mom I could be in that moment.
Mhm.
And then, as I got my my babies grown up into school, it changed back to the focus of really growing my business and building my business. But the theme was always there. Like I said, from the time I was 9, the theme of knowing I wanted to help people and see passion and let people express their inner beauty has always been there.
Right. And I think that a lot of people, even including myself, we're scared to make that first step.
Mhm.
And sometimes we're afraid of what people are going to think around us. But in my life, I did it.
Yeah.
And when I did it, doors opened that I couldn't close. And that's what really made me know that it is my life purpose, what I chose. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. I have chills all over my body, which is a big sign that what you said is so true, and people need to hear it. When you step into that power, you do create opportunities. Those doors do open, and it is feedback. The other piece of that I would add to is there's a lot of times I work with people that they say, but I've been trying, and I just keep getting the doors closed on me. Does that mean I'm not in the right path? And I don't think that that's what the universe or God or whatever your higher power is,
or whatever it is.
Whatever it is that you want to say, I don't think that's the message that you're supposed to be receiving. I think the message is there's an easier and a better way for you, and you haven't found it yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Or it's not your time.
Or it's not your time. Absolutely. Absolutely. Or there's something better right around the corner waiting to open up. So.
Oh, yeah. I've been there, too.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like a trial and error. You just keep trying.
Right. And, that's a good point about, I know this whole series is about manifesting, and I do have people say, why isn't it showing up? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. And me being a certified law of attraction coach, I tell people all the time, it's that feeling you've got to get behind and that unwavering belief that it will happen to you when it's right. So if the manifestation isn't showing up in your life right when you want it to, keep that unwavering belief that it's about to be there and really step into that feeling it. That's a big piece that I think sometimes people miss, especially when they're trying to figure out, where do I go in life? What do I do? Oh, my gosh, am I going to be tied to this for the rest of my life? Well, just put all that aside, get into the feeling of how great it would be if you had what you want right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Or go sit somewhere that gives you those feelings or whatever it is that you desire, that you want to be, if it's a clothing store or a restaurant or something that makes you feel over and abundant.
Yes.
You can go sit and have a great day or and get some of those feelings in.
Absolutely. Well, and it's everybody's birthright to have abundance in their life. It's your birthright. You were born to be abundant. And that comes from all different areas in your life. That can be from your family life, your love life, your life purpose, your clothes you wear, the house you live in.
Oh, I know.
It comes from every angle.
hey, I can go to Neiman's and spend a day there and be pampered and treated like a queen and come out and make more money that day without me working.
Yes.
Because I was in my zone.
Yep. And you
I
allowed
do it a
it.
lot. Yep.
Yeah, you allowed it. And that's a big piece. Allowing it to come to you.
Right.
And I'm sure those days you're not thinking, "Oh, wow, I'm frustrated that I didn't make any money today." Because you step out and you know it's going to be there. You know you just made more money.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really knowing what's going to put you into that zone, that feeling mode is what I call it, the feeling mode of feeling the abundance that you're supposed to be around.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, and I think that is part of, it's really part of just life, I think. I think that it's really easy to be inspired in moments and then you walk away, or let's say, I'm trying to think of something. Oh, let's say you leave Neiman's and you get somebody rear ends you.
Mhm.
You know, life happens, and it's
Right.
easy to get pulled off. You know, of I was feeling so great, I was feeling so abundant. Well, then I got rear ended, and I'm
I
not
know.
not
That's
feeling
true.
right.
Life happens still.
Life does happen still, and I think that the biggest point here that I'm trying to say is that you're going to have your moments that don't feel good, and that's okay. Just remember to step back into all of the things and recognize all of the things that are abundant. That's where the money and the manifesting comes from.
Right.
Yeah.
And that opens up doors for other areas, like you were saying, with the love and the acceptance and, whatever else it is that you want.
Mhm.
And sometimes we don't know what we want, but when we start somewhere, it shows up.
Yes, and I have to be honest. I was working with a client. This actually blew me away. I've told this story a couple times on different summits and events, but I was working. Yeah, it's fascinating. I was working with a mom. She was married, and she was going through her life like, what is my purpose here? I don't know. I don't have any identity of what I want to do. And when we worked together, we boiled down her real self-expression, where she felt the most beautiful and the most real to herself, was when she was being the best mom possible. And it was so hard for her to get there because she felt like she was supposed to have some kind of career or, some monetary money coming to her from her life purpose. And when she was given the permission that your life purpose can be the best mom possible, and we set up a plan around that, you can't believe how excited she was and how the glow on her face, what she created. She ended up creating groups for her daughter through the school. I mean, she joined like the PTA and all that fun stuff. I mean,
right.
But it was really giving her permission to say, this is what I want. So your dreams can be to go travel the world, and that's your dreams, and it's okay.
And I like that because sometimes the easiest things we try to make too hard, and that was her purpose.
Yes, and she was making it too hard. She was putting a roadblock in instead of just allowing herself to be there.
I love that.
Yeah, and she was working before she had kids, so I think that there was some guilt and some other things that we worked around. But you don't have to feel guilty for living where you want to live. And she had more support than she even realized when she ended up talking to her husband about it. They were in a really good situation where he was able to take care of the family financially and give her the opportunities that she did. And that even was something that I just found very inspiring, because it's almost as the universe will support you once you step into it. Like, she does have a husband that can financially support them. She has these opportunities to do things. And it wasn't revealed to her until she really, truly stepped into it.
And I love the fact that, when she did step into it, that it could open so many doors that we have no clue.
Mhm.
And it already did.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
she had to do it. And she had to be vulnerable and just give in and not think about what she wanted to do in her mind. She had to give in to what she really, truly desired. And I love that you helped her do that.
Yeah. I mean, I think that she really thought that once her kids started going to school, she was going to have to go back to work. And it was a stress on her for about 5 years while the kids were growing up. Like, oh, I'm going to have to go back to work right when they go to school. And it was just really enlightening to me. I think that was the first time, that was a couple years ago, and I think that was the first time that I actually realized myself fully that your life purpose can be anything.
Right. We know about that 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken me a long time to do some things. But once I did it, I felt amazing.
Exactly.
And things started opening up.
Mhm. And isn't that the truth? How long it can take for somebody to realize?
Actually do it.
Mhm.
That's true. That is so true.
But transformation doesn't happen overnight. The decision to transform can happen overnight, but the transformation doesn't fully occur until you've gone through all of the steps. And even that, I always say, there's always more transformation to take place.
Right. That's good. Do you have any tools that people could use or that are listening that could help them start somewhere?
Absolutely. I think it goes back to the first example that I was talking about with desire and wanting to give your listeners an opportunity to do this. This is just a journaling exercise. And I think that one thing I want to stress to everybody on the call is journaling and meditation are two of your important tools you can ever access. They're free, for one.
That's
you can
amazing.
do them. Yeah, you can do them anytime and anywhere. But I think sometimes people forget how powerful they are, so they don't make it a part of their daily life. But this is something that I'll give the listeners right now.
Okay.
Take out a piece of paper or whatever, just a journal or whatever you have in front of you that maybe has a page on it, and write desire at the top of the page. And then think about different times in your life. Right now, let's just say you're thinking about right now, you're personally manifesting a wonderful summit, a successful summit.
Oh, yeah.
So you go through that and you walk through your desires but why do you want a successful summit? And you drill down to the next point. So let's think of somebody who's really trying to create money and manifesting money in their life.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things they can say, why do you want more money? What's your desire? I want X amount of money by a certain date. Be specific. The more specific you are, the more you'll get clarity on what it is you want to create. But then, not just because you want the money, but what does the money give you? What are you searching for with the money? Is it freedom?
Yeah. There you go.
Most people want freedom, but
do they want to help?
Right. I mean, but here's something interesting for me, and it was I was doing this with my fiance. We were talking about this because I do this a lot. I always drill down to find out what my desire is or what I'm seeking in that moment. And we were doing this, and he said freedom, freedom. And I said, yeah, for me, it's more about luxury. And now, I could say that and people get really judgmental, like, what do you mean you want luxury in your life? Well, I know that I like to travel first class. Mm-hmm. I know I like that, and you know what? Money affords that.
I like shopping first class.
Right. So there's nothing wrong with your desires. It's the judgments you put on your desires that I think trip people up. So drilling down, going through these different phases in your life when you're looking at desire and you're journaling this, like, what does money bring to me? For me, it's luxury. Why do I want luxury? What does that make me feel? It's really getting back down to the base of what I want to feel. Why do I like luxury? Well, you know what? I really like feeling pampered when I'm on a trip. I want to unplug and relax. Don't want to worry.
Yes.
Don't want to worry about anything. So, you find what those feelings mean to you. And yeah, ultimately it is, I guess, freedom for me, if we're looking at that. But there's also this whole, I like to feel pampered when I'm on a vacation. I just like the total self-care that I give myself. It's really, truly all self-love in that moment. And those are the feelings you want to connect with. That's that feeling, that self-love feeling, that pampering. Because when you feel it and you bring it into your heart, you bring it into your soul, you're going to create more of that. That's your like attracts like vibrational frequency.
I love that because, I do meditate. Like, meditation and visualization is one thing over the last year that I've incorporated into my life every night and every morning, and
Yep.
that is what changed everything that I was wanting and needing and desiring. It's the one thing that I did personally. Now, I am starting the journaling.
Yeah.
That's what I'm working on this year.
Well, and I think that you're doing it in your perfect fashion. And again, that's another thing. Like, if you're doing meditation and visualization and it's working for you, keep at it. If you want to incorporate journaling in it, great. If the journaling you find isn't working for you, then now's not the time.
Exactly.
That's what I think people get stuck on, is the way they think it's supposed to look. And you and I have had conversations about this before.
Yeah, exactly. And I totally agree, because I had never been pressed to do journaling until this year. Like, literally, universe keeps bringing it up.
Yeah. Well, I imagine you'll probably get some automatic writing, some really creative ideas coming out of it.
That's what's happening. I keep making notes and stuff like that. I'll send myself a text. I do that a lot.
Oh, yeah. Suri and I are good friends,
Beautiful.
with the notes. Hey,
oh,
Suri,
yeah.
put this in the notes section, please.
Cute. Yes. But go ahead. I will jump in if I think of anything else.
Absolutely. I think that it's just one of those really powerful, back to this little thing that we can give the listeners now. It's just a really powerful tool to do, is just sit down and get really clear on your desires, get clear on why you want that desire, what you want that desire to look like. And then the last piece of it is really connecting to the feelings, what you're actually going for, because that's what you want to connect to when you are trying to manifest. It's that feeling. You can write it out on your, I know people who have goal cards and they read it out and write it out every single day to remind them, and that's great. I know people who use affirmations. Personally, for me, it's really getting into that whole visualization when I feel self-love and I feel pampered and I feel the abundance of my family life that really creates the change in my life. So I think playing with it, and I mean, you're doing visualizations and meditations, that's working great for you. I think that the journaling will, if that's something you want to incorporate, is always something people can do as well. And these are really easy, free tools to do right now.
I love it. And we can start today.
You can start right now, yeah?
Yes, start it now.
Yes, start it now.
I wrote it down. I'm doing mine.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that sometimes we think about doing something, and it's kind of like you buy that exercise video and you have it with you all the time, but you never do it, and then you wonder why I'm not getting results.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same. But if you start getting it and start doing it, then you can see results immediately.
Absolutely. And that is such a good point. You can't expect to lose weight by buying an exercise video and looking at it every day. You actually have to get up and do it.
I laugh because I have every single video I have everything. And my dad, he always orders the exercise equipment and the exercise video also, and he gets two, so I always get one. So I could like start a gym.
Yeah.
But if I don't use it, I'm not getting any results.
Right, right. And so I think that's a great example too as well, because I'm stuck on this word. That's just another tool. You know, you have the tools all over around, but if you're choosing not to use them, then you won't create what you're desiring. So
yeah,
so.
And plus, sometimes I feel like it's a block too, because I think about doing stuff, and then if I don't, then I start feeling that guilty feeling. And what are your thoughts around that? Whenever someone wants to do it and they just don't do it, but then they start feeling guilty.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, because I think that that's something that I struggled with personally for years, and still to this day. It's probably one of those things that's always going to be the green monster that comes and taps me on the shoulder. And I think what it is it's an old program that somebody's given you.
How do we kill that monster?
You know, yeah. I mean, I think that the way you kill that monster is to change your habits habitually. You know, you've got to create a different habit every single day. Now, if you choose not to do it, that's your choice, and you have to be okay with that. Bringing in guilt is only going to bring you more examples of feelings, or you know, more things that will manifest in your life that will create more guilt, because it's that like attracts like vibrational pull again. So it's, you know, if I choose to eat a donut, you know, I have to be okay with that.
Right.
I think and I really think that this is probably what you're talking about, and more so is when that eating the donut becomes an everyday thing, even though I know it's not going to help me. I know I shouldn't do it, but I keep doing it, and then I just keep beating myself up and being guilty.
Right.
And so what I mean by really changing that habit is you have to make a conscious effort. You know, either be okay with it 100% and let the guilt go, and be okay with, I'm going to eat a donut every day and I don't care,
right.
Or write down, I will eat a healthy breakfast every day, and you know, visualize on it, meditate on it. What are you trying to create? Well, I want a healthy body. I want to live long. I want to be strong. And then get in those feelings of feeling strong and healthy, because then you'll make better decisions. But it really is a conscious decision to create an action that you're not used to. And that is what trips people up, I think, because it's so... Our subconscious mind wants to step in and be like, no, I like it over here. It's so much easier.
There's no boundaries. There's no block. There's just, you're doing what you want to do.
Yeah. And then, but are you really doing what you want to do? You're doing what your subconscious mind is used to doing.
Correct.
And not necessarily, and your subconscious mind doesn't know, you know, if it's good or bad. It just knows what it's used to doing. That's all it's going. It's a program. So you have to put in a new program. And I think that as you get better at it, then you create this new program, and it kills that green monster.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to be offering us today?
Yes.
Goodies.
I would love to offer you guys all, as a bonus. I know that we went off on tangents, but that's what we usually do, and I love it. But so what I do with my work is I help people find their life purpose. And anybody on the call that's feeling lost or feels like there's just something more to life, but they can't quite put their finger on it, what they want to do, I have this blueprint. It's a life purpose blueprint. And I find through astronumerology your 6 personal birth numbers through your birth code, and they give me all of your natural strengths, your destiny, your life purpose, your personality, and I am offering that as a bonus to everybody who's on the call and wants to go and access that. You just send me some information. You can go to www.marybailey.com/bonus. And the Bailey is spelled different. It's Baillee. And So if you go to www.marybailey.com/bonus, you'll see that you can get this birth print, this blueprint for your life purpose. And everybody who signs up to get this free, no charge, life purpose blueprint will be put into a raffle. And one lucky person will win a full hour life purpose blueprint reading with me where I go over every aspect in your birth chart. Yeah.
How exciting. And those are, you charge a value of $200, don't you?
Yes, actually with those, with the live calls, yes, I charge $197 for the full hour live calls. The blueprints are usually at $27. So, you know, you add the blueprint and then you add the call. So
yeah, you get a little package deal there.
Absolutely. So, but it's really just to help you get a direction, see where your personal strengths are. Numbers or energy. Astronumerology is kind of one of those things that I find so fascinating. I believe in free will. I believe we all have we have the choice to create what we're here to create. These are just little snippets of what's going to help propel you forward. Your natural energies, your natural successes, and your natural skills. And it's really enlightening to people.
Yeah, it's really amazing. I love what you're doing and your message. And we could talk for hours.
Yes,
you know
we
that.
could.
Yes,
we do.
I know. And I just want to thank you for being a part of this summit and a journey that I'm now doing.
Yes.
And growing. And I'll have all of your information on the summit page as well. And we'll just get all of your details out to everybody.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I just want to say, you know, to all your listeners, this is a wonderful summit. I mean, you've done such a great job putting together some really, really cool manifesting speakers. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to be a part of this and really just putting all this positive energy out there. I think it's
thank you.
Wonderful.
And it's an honor.
It's an honor for me as well.
Awesome.